Well, this coffee ain't going to stir itself, so I'm going to stir it with chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your mushroom coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We'll get started, but first, mushroom coffee. Perfect. Mushroom Coffee Monday. That's going to go down real easy. Well, strap yourself in. This also could be strap yourself in Monday. Better to strap yourself in than strap one on. Women. Let's talk about women. Women typically make rules for men that they're not into, but they break rules for guys who they see themselves in a relationship with, or maybe for a hot hookup. Let's get real. When a woman says, I'm not ready to date, what she really means is that she's not ready to date you. Chadzilla? Well, that's a different story. What she was doing was taking the high road. She thought you were a nice guy, and she didn't want to ghost you at all. But realize the road to Chad is paved with nice guys. She will date 20 nice guys before she finds Chad. It's a fact. The romanticized thought of Chad is better than Chad. You know that ahead of time. If she dresses nicer for girls' night out, work, or a day with friends, then you might have a little problem, my friend. In other words, she pretties herself up for everybody but you. But she says, well, I can just be myself with you. Does that mean that she's not herself when she's at girls' night out, at work, or spending time with a friend? Let's be logically consistent here. Shouldn't it be the opposite? Why should her girls, her male co-workers, and friends see her at her made-up prettiest, but you get her au naturel? You know what? You said that once or twice. You look so pretty without makeup. And then guess what? That's what you get all the time. But going out to work, going out with friends, she looks like a supermodel. You created that monster. I sleep alone, and late at night I'm dreaming of togetherness that seems to be leaving me. I give it all, then give some more. If you would only love me like you had before, well, take hold of my hand and all will be forgiven. That's from the band Ambrosia from 1978. Pretty good lyric writing. Slightly wimpy. If we're married, there's forgiveness. If we're not married, there's no forgiveness. That ain't happening. Validation is for wives, not for girlfriends. Old dogs care about you even when you make mistakes. That's a song by Tom T. Hall from 1972. Dating is no different than renting an apartment. At the end of the lease, you own nothing and you've built nothing. Deciding to marry and doing it properly is a decision to build, not just to change channels. It's a decision to build. If you are not ready to build, you are not ready to marry. Like Romeo to Juliet, time and time, I'm going to make you mine. I've had enough. We've had enough. It's all the same, she said. I knew right from the beginning that you would end up winning. I knew right from the start you'd put an arrow through my heart. The heavy hair metal band Rat from 1984. I believe the song is called Round and Round. Good song. As a man who has recently announced that I am open to marriage for the first time in many years, I would like a wife. I would like a wife. I would. Because I'm open to building. I want to erect a building, not pitch a tent. Get rid of the sexual connotations there. You want to build something permanent, or as permanent as you can. What you don't want to do is keep building temporary structures, and that's what tents represent. temporary structures. People serial build or serially pitch tents their whole life. And when they're older, what do they have? What do they have? Nothing. A rented campsite. The memory of a rented campsite. I am open to marriage. And I'm blogging about it, as you know. And I'm getting an interesting reaction from men and women. We already know how most men are reacting. Now, this is very important, probably the most important thing I'm going to say during the entire show today. We already know how most men react to me when I say that I'm open to marriage. Most of it is with contempt. Fact. Women have acted skeptical. They are so used to men's very vocal opinions, as seen all over social media. When I give you my wisdom here, it's literally wisdom that is translated from life experiences. You can go to some channels where they just bitch and moan forever, but there's no wisdom there, just complaining, and misery loves company. If you watch me, that means you love solutions, not complaining. If you're not part of the solution, you are part of the problem. Let's get real. So, men are contemptuous, women are skeptical. Congratulations, mankind. You've succeeded in fucking yourself out of a seat at the dinner table and possibly into extinction. Men are contemptuous, women are skeptical, but both are cynical. And we know where cynicism originates. Injury. So, the world is filled with injured people. Injured people dating and fucking other injured people. The challenge? Search for the unhurt, uninjured unicorn. Do they exist? That is the question. So part of your vetting process when dating, when meeting people, is look for injury. If you're one of those codependent types, you'll probably want to rescue them. There's no rescuing. There will be no rescuing. That's one of my commandments. There's no rescuing going on. You're going to identify injury and see how far the tentacles reach into their personality and into your relationship. Are they reacting from injury? Most likely they are. So, it's not low testosterone, it's not soy, it's not a woman's inability to pair bond because she's been with so many men. It's a heart condition of both sexes. Both genders are injured. Both lack confidence in each other. Men don't trust women, women don't trust men, and they can only relate on a insert A into B basis because putting a penis and a vagina together are easier to bond than putting two hearts together. It's the path of least resistance. Who wants to have a hard time? Who wants to enjoy themselves? A into B. It feels good, but there's nothing here. It's empty. Men, have you ever been with a woman and while you're having sex with her, you see an empty look in her eye? If she's on you and you look up at her and she's just doing her thing just to please herself, it's got nothing to do with you. She's riding you and she's empty. It's 100% physical. At that point, there's no heart or no soul involved. And then after her orgasm and screaming and ripping your sheets up, she snaps out of it like she comes out of a trance and then does that impish chuckle. And then opens her eyes and looks at you. If you've been there, let me know down in the comments. And because everybody is so contemptuous and cynical and injured, that's why I implore you to take the excellence pill and the adult pill. Forget your red pill, forget your blue pill, forget your black pill. Take the excellence pill. That way you can navigate this world of injured, cynical, and skeptical people. When you pursue excellence, excellence pursues you. Men, sometimes that excellence comes to you in the shape of a woman. Sometimes that excellence comes to you in the shape of opportunities, phone calls, a chance to better yourself. Ladies, same exact thing. Pursue excellence, and excellence will pursue you. The incompetent will eliminate themselves from your life. You don't have to worry about losers when you are pursuing excellence. That's a fact. Christian men's retreats, and I've been to a few, probably over 50, as well as conferences and hundreds of Saturday morning breakfast Bible studies and such. Men in flannel shirts and jeans, flipping eggs and frying bacon and making coffee and shaking hands and talking about work and then a little Bible. I've been to that stuff 1,000 times. I don't have much against the Bible studies and the breakfast. Those are good fellowship. The retreats are usually attended by married incels, men who are from sexless marriages. Let's get real. I've been to enough of them, and this is the conclusion that I've come to. Christian men's retreats are a gathering of the most undangerous men in the world. You could stick them up with your finger, and they'll empty out their wallets and their pockets. They are the most harmless, undangerous men in the world. Give me a convention, a conference, a grounding camp where men are challenged to go to the next level, challenged to improve themselves to the point where their wife is ripping their clothes off. Not where men are like all crying and begging God for forgiveness because they viewed porn, which is most incel married Christian men. Let's get real. You wouldn't fuck you. Why would your wife want to? Almost every action that you make today is going to be made out of fear or desire. Think about everything you're going to do. Take a 3x5 card, or if you're like me, write something on your hand or on your hand. Like this part of your hand, or like right above your thumb where you can always see it. Write down fear or desire, or fear, desire. Everything you do, you're going to do today out of fear or desire. Think about that. So what I want you to do is start doing less out of fear and more out of desire. Fear takes up so much mental and psychic energy. So many calories are burned because of fear and not desire. Your life will change when you act out of desire, not act out of fear. Sex is part of the marriage covenant. Without sex, there is no marriage. So when I hear someone say, I have a sexless marriage, no, you don't. You don't have a marriage. Sex is part of the covenant of marriage. I'm amazed at how many men talk about that. There's entire YouTube channels that are designed for men who have sexless marriages. You know what? You're soft. You don't have a marriage. Without sex, there is no marriage or a marriage that lasts. Without sex, you are merely roommates. When you got married, the minister did not say, I now pronounce you roommate and roommate. And if the roommate thing goes on for too long, it's over. It's over. That died a long time ago. It's time to have the funeral and bury it and move on. If a relationship starts fast, it has the possibility of ending fast and leaving you thinking, what the heck just happened? No relationship can sustain itself or can be sustained if it's just operated on a strictly primal level response, hence the 3 days in the bedroom kind of thing. When you're dating someone and then there's the weekend that you stay over their house or they stay at your house, and it's you think you're going to go out for breakfast and take walks, and you just end up having sex for 2 or 3 days and drinking a lot of water and taking 2 showers a day. But a relationship cannot be sustained at that primal level. Things still have to be done around the house. Money has to be made. Building something has to happen. Stop pitching tents. Are your relationships nothing but an empty campsite? Or is it prime real estate with a solid structure? Stop living in a tent that can get blown over with the latest Chad or Stacy Remember, men, you penetrate her mind before you penetrate her body. Everything happens in the mind first. When that happens, a seed is sown that creates emotions that will always accompany the very thought of you. However, there's a primal penetration that happens, and your effort has nothing to do with it. You will be appealing to a woman on a primal level. Do not underestimate the primal urge. And she can't hide her response to you if it's primal. Okay, so you like art, you like classical music, you like hiking, you like French cooking. That's all cool. But does she want you inside of her? Does she make herself available to you like the field makes itself available to the farmer that sows seeds? That's what you're looking for. If you have to wonder, I wonder if she liked me, guess what? She doesn't. This is how falling in love works. Your presence is in her head, even though you are not physically with her. She goes through withdrawal. When she's not with you, she wants you. That's what falling in love is. It's a chemical reaction. But true love is done with joy. And joy is all about commitment. If there's no commitment, there's no joy. If there's no joy, there's no love. I took a poll. I asked men what they like more, A or B. And the majority liked B. No judgment, just an observation. I'm just reporting the facts. Don't shoot the messenger. A woman telegraphs her desire with her body, not her words. Keep that in mind, gentlemen. Her body is the indicator of what's happening with her. There is no second act if you don't sense beyond a shadow of a doubt that she wants you in the first act. You need to move on. There's no convincing, selling, or fuckery that will make that happen. And I'm not talking about sex. You will feel her desire. You will see her desire for you in her body. If her actions, if her body doesn't flow towards you, if she's not trying to plug into your energy, it's not going to happen. Period. So you need to unemotionally move on and go next. Simple as that. If you're wondering if she's into you, she's not. Move on with cordial stoicism. Zero emotion or bitching. If she's into you or wants more, she makes it known by the end of the first act of the play. If not, it's a one-act play. So now you go your own way. So you make a course correction and you be as direct as possible. Most women don't know what to do with a clear, decisive, direct man. Most men are ambiguous and wishy-washy about their intentions and go on to be used one weekend after another. Just think about it. Think about the guys that serially date. Just one weekend after another. Nothing happening until they find each other and then just bitch and commiserate with each other. Gentlemen, don't go there. Don't go there. Never, 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 never. Never, 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 never take a woman back once you break up or if the relationship fizzles. Never. The reason being is that once the sexual bond is broken, it becomes an uninhabitable, condemned house. Danger, do not enter. Remember, men, you have a mission, and your relationship is all about having her join your mission. She is not the mission. She joins your mission. So if she's not able to join your mission and be a proper wife, you need to move on, period. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you tomorrow morning on the Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.